Yo, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Culturally Sound with your man, Dougie D.
What's going on? It's Alex.
And we have a special guest with us today, an artist from New York. And who may you be, ma'am?
My name is Ekela.
How you doing today, Ekela?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing
Pretty good. Pretty good. How was everybody's day?
Okay, you can go ahead and go first. That sounds like stress, though.
That sounds like big stress.
No, my days are pretty much always the same right now because I have a 7-year-old and it's remote learning. So that's how my days go. Yeah, it's me trying to get my kid to stay in front of the camera, take off the blanket, don't go to school in bed, stuff like that.
Right.
Okay.
But a good day other than that.
Okay, that's good. Mine was pretty good. I had a dentist appointment this morning, but
other than that, what you had to get done?
Nah, just a checkup. This is my first time going to that dentist, so they had to do x-rays and all that stuff. So
okay.
Yeah. What about you, bro?
I was all right. You know what I'm saying? Just daily struggle, daily hustle. Chilling with my babe. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that. So
all right.
We can go ahead and jump in straight into the interview if y'all want to.
Okay. Do we want to get any pop culture stuff out the way real quick?
No, I think we just do her interview and then we come back and finish up later. Or we can just drop it separate.
Cool.
Either or.
All right.
But yeah, just who are you? Just tell the people who you are.
Who are you?
I don't think it's an introspective question, so
yeah, just regular. You know who you are as a person. Ain't too much.
I am a beautiful butterfly.
It's funny because I'm from Brooklyn, so like
Brooklyn.
Hear somebody say, "Who are you?" It's like it feels disrespectful.
Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. Yeah, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. My bad.
But I have to kind of unlearn those things. Like, Kayla, you're not in the street no more. You know? Okay. You don't have to react that way. Well, my name is Ekela. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I am currently based in Philadelphia. Actually, is where I live.
Philly stand up.
I love it here. I love Philly. I make music. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer. A lot of people know me for my artist development work. I develop young artists, young vocalists. I focus on contemporary genres like R&B, reggae, Afrobeat, pop.
Okay.
And I run a company that does just that. I think we're at like 400 clients right now. So I have like 400 singers under my belt. It's a lot, you know.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. In addition to being a full-time artist, and I'm a mommy. I'm a mommy of 1.5. I'm expecting.
Oh man, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I have a son who's 7 and I have a son in my belly.
Okay.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
So what got you into music? As far as who's somebody that really influenced you coming up?
As a child?
Yeah, child, preteen, teenager.
Yeah, my parents, my dad is a musician.
Okay.
My dad, he was the front man for a pretty popular reggae band in the 80s. So my introduction to music was reggae music. We're a Jamaican family.
Okay.
So I grew up. I grew up listening to Jamaican bands. So it was like Steel Pulse, Oswald. You know, we listened about Marley. I didn't really know anything else for a long time until I actually lived in Jamaica. So I went to school in Jamaica for a short time, and when I was out there is when I got introduced to R&B. My family, they loved Whitney Houston, so my aunts used to listen to her, and then they'd be like, "You sing this song,"
Okay.
And I would be like, I wanna sing Bob Marley. I don't understand.
How you down there playing karaoke?
So would you say that's somebody who like heavily influences you? Because when I listen to your music, it seemed more American modernized kind of So who would you say are some of your influences?
I think that when it comes to my, like, as a vocalist, I definitely draw my inspirations from R&B. Easily Sade,
Okay.
Brandy, and Monica. And also Faith Evans was like a favorite of mine.
Okay.
Okay.
Those are my like vocal influences, but production wise, I get a lot of my influence from reggae, dance hall. I love to like slow it down. Like I like to take the elements that I know are a part of that genre of music and slow it down to accommodate my R&B style. So that's how I kind of found my sound.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to jump into, okay, one of the first songs that I heard from you was Catalyst. That's probably like my favorite song of yours.
Thanks.
I can't remember where I heard it from, where I heard of you from, but I just fell in love with that song, that whole EP. So could you
That
tell
was
me
the
just,
Cry Later
Yeah.
EP?
yeah,
Okay.
could you just tell us a little bit just about the song Catalyst, you know, what maybe inspired it?
What was the catalyst?
Yeah.
Thank you. That song is a song I worked on with Elamar Pro, who is a pretty popular producer. He works on a lot of dance hall stuff, Cranium, Spartans, like a couple of people like that. And he, you know, we started working on music together. And he's now like a brother to me. But we met through music. Like that was, you know, the basis of our friendship. And I remember when we went into the studio to work on this song, we had no intentions on creating music that was for me. We actually went in to work on music for other artists. You know, we'll go in and work on like submissions. So he started playing these chords and I just was like, I really like that. Keep that. And he doesn't ever listen to me when it comes to production because, you know, when we go in, he's the producer.
Right,
right. And I was just like, no, keep this. And he was like, I don't like it. And I was like, no, I don't know, something is there. So at the time, there was a person that I was like not really seeing, but just like somebody who like I was close to.
Kind of involved with.
Yeah, not kind of, like only kind of. We were never actually physical.
Okay.
And he was in town and not answering my phone calls.
Oh, man.
And I just remember being so frustrated because we had kind of made plans and he wasn't answering the phone. And I like saw him like updating on Instagram and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. You gotta call and check a nigga then.
Getting the
like,
ghost.
What's up? Where you at? What we doing?
Right. So he was a catalyst for the song Catalyst.
Well, in this case, yeah. So the thing is, like I said, we were close, but not, we were never physical. I really can't say that we had that type of relationship because we didn't. But I was going through so much at the time that I did want to see him. I wanted to see him. I wanted to vent to him. I wanted to talk to him, like, and I couldn't get in touch with him. And I just was really frustrated. So that's what I started to write about. That's why I was like, I can't even wait. I wasn't talking about what people think I was. It wasn't about sex at all.
Right.
It was just me saying that I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to talk to you.
Right.
I would give anything to like be face to face with you. You know, like the way you make me feel is like really special. And I just wanted it to have like a lot of nuance. Like as I was writing it, it kind of took on a new meaning. It wasn't necessarily about that anymore, but it fit so well with the music that we just went with it. Yeah.
Okay.
The rest
Here's Catalyst by Ekela.
Ooh.
I can't even wait. I drop everything that I'm doing to be in your face. I can't even talk. The feeling takes over my body and I can't walk. It's deeper than regular feelings, you live in my thoughts. You know that we come alive in the dark. If you gonna be there, then you know that I'm never far from wherever you are. Is that you running through my brain? touch me that way again, like you promised me. I am in need of your healing. I am in need of your feeling, yeah. I am in need of your healing. Ooh. I am in need of that feeling. Is that you running through my brain? Is that you running through my veins? You the catalyst, you the fire to my flame. You're the only picture that I'm fitting in my frame. Is that you running through my brain? Is that you running through my veins? You the catalyst, you the fire to my flame. You're the only picture that I'm fitting in my frame. That you running through. Is that you running through? Are you the catalyst? You the fire to my. You're the only picture that I'm fitting in my frame. Is that you running through? Is that you running through? Are you the catalyst? You the fire to my. You're the only picture that I'm fitting in my frame.
All right, we're coming back now. So let's see. Who's somebody today that you say is like on the top of your playlist other than yourself?
The top of my playlist right now is Queen Naija. I love Queen Naija.
Okay.
Yo, I just listened to that last night.
Chris going crazy
last night.
Chris be going crazy.
I love
Chris
her.
gotta relax. Chris gotta relax.
Yeah, that's a whole YouTube
Chris gotta
shit,
relax.
That's a whole different
Yeah.
thing.
You don't-
though.
Yo, I used to actually watch them too, so that was kind of a sad kind of breakup for me.
I don't know anything about them. I didn't know her like as a YouTuber. I wasn't like involved in that part of her career.
Mm.
I remember when she released her first song, just people saying like, this girl shouldn't be singing, you know, like she's a YouTuber and like she's like and it was just like everyone who's an influencer wants to be a singer kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I just remember saying, nah, this girl can sing.
Yeah,
Like
she can actually sing.
She really
Like, she
can
can actually sing.
she got better and better and better. And her most recent album, I just was like, yes, bitch. This is what
Yeah, I'm fucking with. Like I said, I just checked out last night. I'm definitely fucking with it. I'm definitely running
Yeah.
this back.
she's at the top.
Definitely.
Queen Naija, Kiana Lead. I like Kiana Lead a lot.
Okay.
Okay. I like her a lot too.
Yeah. I like Ari Lennox.
Oh
I
yeah,
love-
definitely.
Of course.
Dreamville all day.
I think she's also absolutely beautiful. I like Ariana Grande's new song, Positions.
Okay, I love Ariana.
But I don't like the
Shouts out
album.
well, I shouldn't say that. That's toxic. My bad.
It's a good song.
Okay.
They're at the top right now. Oh, I'm bugging. I'm also listening to Busta Rhymes. So I have Busta
Yes.
Rhymes.
Bus.
The first 6 songs
Mhm.
are like I'm at right now. I like Rhapsody. I love rap. I listen to a lot of rap because I'm from Brooklyn and I don't know how to stop acting like a drug dealer. But I'll listen to a lot of like indie like upcoming artists. I like Chris Casanova. I like his stuff a lot. Denzel Porter is another one I listen to. Who else? I listen to Nipsey Hussle, and I definitely got into him after he passed, and
All right.
didn't stop. I just didn't stop. I just was like, yeah, this is
Loving
dope.
it.
Yeah.
Once you get
Loving
in there,
it.
you in there. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
you got
Yeah.
music for
You can't
everything.
stop.
Yeah,
Yep.
you got music for everything.
Yeah. That's the top. Those are my top right now.
Okay.
Okay.
You fuck with the Griselda boys, Griselda gang, any?
Who's that?
Griselda, Benny the Butcher, Conway.
Oh, okay. So I haven't gotten into it yet, but I've seen it buzzing.
Oh, okay.
And I know that what got my attention was he posted something about being like 35.
Yes.
And I was just like, I love that because I think that the age, like the weird age limits on who can be popular in hip hop
Right.
so strange to me. I think it's so strange because when you really love this, you really do make better music. Like as
Right.
you're really evolving the way that you should and the way that you can. Like you could very well be at your prime at 35, and so I love that. I love that. So I'm gonna get into them. I will.
Okay. I loved his like their independent take and just fearlessness about getting into this game head first. Just diving right in, and taking over, just putting out content after content after content. You like you said, their love for it. You could really feel it. So that's what's up. Shout out Griselda.
I'm gonna get into it. I promise.
Let's see. Jump into another song real quick. So I guess we'll do.
I like that. You got me fucked up. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, we can jump into that one.
Okay. This is You Got Me Fucked Up by.
Well, let us speak a little bit about it first.
Put some words to it. Words to it.
That's really,
I feel like the title explains it.
Speaks for itself. I say that very often, in a day. I say it so often. I say it in my head. I say it out loud. I type it. I write it down. I feel very connected to that phrase. And I really wrote it. It actually was not my story.
Okay.
And one of the few times where I was writing from the perspective of a friend. And that friend was my producer. So like, I love to go through my producer's text messages.
Oh my God.
And see what girls are sending him. And I'll be like, what did you do? What did you do to her? Like, why is she saying this? And he, I remember him asking me, he said, what does this mean? Because she said, YG. She said, YGMFU. And he's Jamaican. So that's not how we talk. So he was like, what does this mean? And I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah. You got me fucked up.
Had to get him hip to the lingo.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that's how that song came about.
All right. This is You Got Me Fucked Up by Miss Ekela.
Oh, you said my name right.
You're not about to make me look stupid. I'm not about to do nothing foolish. Ain't no upgrade after me. You crazy. I can't chase you, baby. I already replaced you, baby. You got me fucked up. Tell me what it is, what it isn't. You be really moving different. You be really moving different. You got me fucked up. Tell me what it is, what it ain't. You be really moving strange. You change, you change. You got me fucked up. Tell me what it is, what it isn't. You been really moving different. You been really moving different. You got me fucked up. Tell me what it is, what it ain't. You been really moving strange. You changed. You got me fucked up for real. You got me fucked up for real. How many times are you gon' call me? Fuck out of my face with your half-ass sorries. Ain't no hit me when you free. No, I'm busy. I'm busy. You out of pocket, yo, you really wildin', got me out of character. It's like you don't know me when you know I'm crazy, and I will embarrass you. You got me fucked up. Tell me what it is, what it isn't. You been really moving different. You been really moving different. You got me fucked up. Tell me what it is, what it ain't. You been really moving strange. You change, you change, you change. Tell me what it is, what it isn't. You really moving different. You really moving different. You got me
coming back. Let's see. What was the first song you recorded?
Ooh.
You know, no one has ever asked me that.
Really?
Never. Wow.
To be honest, I can't remember the first song I ever recorded, so that's crazy.
It's a doozy. Okay. The first song I ever recorded, I was 15.
Oh,
and it was a remake of Sexual Healing.
Okay.
Really highly inappropriate for someone.
For somebody at 15, yeah.
No business writing it, but it was really well written. And I remember just being so amazed at my ability. Like, because no one helped me to like do the vocal production or, you know, come up with the background vocals or the harmonies or anything. And I didn't even know that I knew how to do that stuff.
Just came naturally.
Fire, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How would you say that first song compared to your most recent song? Like as far as you as an artist, maybe your vocal range, anything.
Oh,
really good question.
my vocal range, absolutely. My voice is so deep now. And back then I was like the soprano singing all high. And I also, I had a vocal injury. So in 2018, actually right before Catalyst, I have a neurological disorder. So I have a nervous system disorder. And every now and then my nervous system basically tries to take me out. So during this particular attack, I was like paralyzed on the right side. So I was in the hospital for a couple of days, and I didn't have a reason to talk to anyone, so I wasn't speaking. And when I finally did speak, I noticed like I felt like I was going to choke. Like I remember feeling like I was going to choke. And I also was
kind of. I hate to interrupt you, but is it kind of like a cerebral palsy?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Okay. It was actually one of the things that they Bell's palsy. It was one of the things that they
Bell's palsy. I'm sorry, yeah. My dad had that, and it messed up the left side of his face.
Yeah. I had like drooping, but it wasn't enough, and it was just paralyzed. It wasn't. It was basically gonna come back.
Yeah, and, that's what happened with his started. It kind of started drooping a little bit, and he couldn't really close his eye. So yeah, it was.
So I didn't have that severely, but it was my entire right side. So it was my face, arms, and you know they look on the outside of you, like they check your face, your arms, your legs, but they never check my vocal cord, and my vocal cord never came back. So my vocal cord is still paralyzed. And it took out about 60% of my vocal range. So you know, I went to college. Like this is my profession, like vocal performance, music education, music therapy. So I basically just kind of started training myself. I brought myself back to the point where I'll be able to speak, to the point where I'll be able to eat, you know, without choking. So I just did it myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
So about how long did that hold you back? How long was that like a problem for you?
I think it's still holding me back, to be completely honest. I don't think I'm over it because I still have like PTSD about, you know, like I still, basically what happens is when you have any type of injury, you know, whether or not you're like paralyzed, even if you have like a cast on, you learn to live with it. So like when you take it off, you have to kind of
it's kind of like you timid to do certain things. Yeah, so I understand.
Right now, I'm still like timid when it comes to singing live. I'm still timid when it comes to recording. And it gets very, very frustrating because, you know, as a person who's also developing young artists, I feel like I have a certain like standard I need to live up to as far as when it comes to like dealing with fear or dealing with anxiety. But I never thought my voice was going to come back. You know, I thought that I was done. I didn't think I was ever going to sing again. And I think the mental, it had more of an impact on me mentally than it did physically, because I realized that I put all of my value as a person into
your career.
So like not the possibility of not being able to do it, it made me feel like worthless. It made me feel like I don't have anything to offer. And I think most importantly, like no one is going to remember me. Like I don't have anything to leave behind anymore. So that it definitely affected me that way. That was like the big effect it had on me.
Okay. All right, let's hop into business. How labels and stuff like that, how are you managing almost like your own label but interacting with other labels? whenever I looked at your songs and I was going through listening to your songs, I saw different production companies or, labels and stuff like that. So how have you been navigating through that space?
Yeah. So I like to work in collaboration with, the producers. I have been signed one time in my life. I was very young. It's not something I like to talk about or like to visit because it's still very traumatic for me. And I'm still kind of working through what the events of that time were. Mm-hmm. I went by a different name. And I trusted people that I really shouldn't have trusted. And I was taken advantage of in probably every way that you can think of. And it took me a long time to get over that and release music on my own. Mm. So I made a promise to myself that I would always be a part of that. I would always be a part of the metadata. Like I wanted to make sure that, I knew exactly how much I was getting. I knew, what my split looked like. No one's ever written a song for me. So I've always had 100% of my,
so you did everything then.
So I've never had to split. But apart from that, like if I'm working with a producer, I think the biggest thing for me was I always want people to love working with me. Mm. I always want to continue working with me. And I never saw a downside in including the producer in what I'm doing. Or you know what I mean? So like I would always just be like, well, you release it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you produced it, you produce half the song, like you release it. Right. And it's always works out really well for me. Because, they usually have really big networks. Mm. And I think people just, in the industry, there's already so much timidness to work with people because everyone is scared. Right. Everyone is that they're going to get raped one way or another. Right. And I make people feel comfortable. Like I can write 10 million songs and I can release 10 million songs on my own. I don't lose anything by basically repaying this person who I didn't have to pay for studio time. I didn't pay for beats. We put in a whole lot of work together. You release the song. Make sure that you have that streaming money too. And I think because of that, I have a really good relationship with all of my producers. So we get to continue to make music. Like I don't ever have to go like searching or looking, and no one ever has any like bad stories about me because of it. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want to hop into a song?
Yeah, I was gonna say this is I'm guessing the most recent song you put out. I Got You. Could you tell us a little bit about that one?
Woo. No one's ever asked me either.
I really like that song. It reminds me of my girlfriend and like my loved ones and stuff like that.
That's exactly what I wanted it to do. That song, that's like my it's so emotional for me. Oh man. Wait a minute.
Oh man, I didn't mean to press a button or nothing, trigger you.
So that song, I wrote it, it was one of those like in-between songs where I didn't write it with the intention of adding it to a project. I didn't write it with the intention of releasing it. I kind of was just like, I want to create something. Mm-hmm. And it was one of the songs that was after my vocal injury. So I was still very like insecure. Mm-hmm. And I worked with LMR on that too. And it was one of the few times that LMR let me take the lead with the production. Not like he like has me in chains or anything, but I trust him. Right. I don't go in like, hey, I'm going to produce this. So I was just kind of like at the keyboard, like playing. And he was like, oh, that's dope. Like we should do something with that. And when I started to write it, I was just like, wow, this song feels like a hug. Like it just feels so like
warm. Yeah. Comforting.
Yeah. And I feel like I don't hear that much music that sounds like that. Mm-hmm. So I personally was listening to it all the time, but it was about once COVID happened and everything, I wasn't thinking about releasing anything. And my producer got sick. And it was scary. I was calling him every day because like, you were hearing on the news how many people were dying. And I was so scared. I was so scared that I was going to lose him. And just for like a little more backstory, I did lose a producer. One of the first producers that ever like really believed in me, really invested in me. He died maybe 6 months after we started working together.
Oh, wow.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
I don't think I ever really dealt with it. And I didn't realize that until this happened. And then I was like, wow, I'm terrified. And I was so far away. So I was calling him every day. I'm calling every day. I'm texting every day. Are you okay? Send me an update. And he wasn't always answering me. And I realize now, you know, he was sick. Like,
right.
Ekela. But once he got better, he sent the song to me. And he said to me, I listened to the song every day when I was sick. And he just was like, this was like the only thing that made me feel good. And you got to understand, like, my producer is not emotional. He's not like, this is like the Jamaican of Jamaicans, okay? Like the Jamaican mascot. Like everything you know about Jamaican men, this is him. So I was so like shocked that he said that to me. And I just was like, we have to release this. Like people need to feel this way, especially right.
Okay.
So that was kind of how it came about. Yeah.
And you were kind of saying like, I got you. Was it more towards him or
no,
was it?
I didn't write it about him at all.
Okay.
But I know because he's a person who is not emotionally like expressive, I knew that it was going to connect with men, especially because I felt like to get a response out of him,
Right.
it just had to happen. And that's exactly what happened. Like women, like my girlfriends, they were like, I like this song, this is cool. But like all my guy friends were like, yo, this, like, oh, I needed to hear this. And I love that.
Right.
What I really liked about it. And it just goes to show, like, I really don't think that, you know, as women, like I don't know if we're doing enough, like to really show like our men love in music. There's so much music about like, fuck you, I won't be with you no more. You know, I linked up with your homeboy. Like there's a lot of that. And I like that stuff too. But are also men who are in relationships, and there are also men who, you know, do want to feel some type of emotional connection and want to have music that that they can relate to in that way.
Okay. Yeah, here's I Got You by Ekela.
You say forever, and if you leave, you know we gotta get right back together. 'Cause I can't even sleep if I know you're not there, and I need to feel your fingers running through my hair. Don't you question how I feel about you, don't you dare. Told you all my secrets, boy, I laid them bare. I know you got baggage, I got cargo space. I know you got damage, baby, I'm first aid. If loving is your language, let me translate. Whatever you can manage, I can carry the weight. I got you. You can take a sucky, you can take it all in, 'cause it's real. I got you. Ain't gotta ask no questions, I know you feel the same way that I feel. Kiss and make it better. Got the kind of loving I've been longing for forever. I don't see a future where I'm not right here, standing right beside you, facing all my fears. And if a storm is passing, baby, I don't care. Back to back together, they gon' find us there. I know you got baggage, I got cargo space. I know you got damage, baby, I'm first aid. If loving is your language, let me translate. Whatever you can manage, I can carry the weight. I got you. You can take a sucky, you can take it all in, 'cause it's real. I got you. Ain't gotta ask no questions, I know you feel the same way that I feel. I got you, yeah. I got you, yeah, yeah.
coming back. You said you write, produce, and perform. So out of those three, what would you say is your strongest, and what would you say you like doing the most?
Okay.
Yeah, got kind of deep on you, didn't I?
I always enjoyed the writing process myself, because I mean, you get to sit in your room and just kind of fall into your thoughts, and it just kind of washes over everything. Everything else is.
That's so interesting, because my writing process doesn't feel like that. Is that what your writing process is like? Because I'm feeling some kind of way right now.
Yeah, I just fall into my emotions and just get into this whole little world. Everything else just kind of melts away.
Wow, that's beautiful. I want my process to feel like that. I really feel my answer is nothing like that. I just want to make sure that that's clear.
Okay.
I think that I am a very strong writer. I feel like that's my thing, and it's because I'm shy. I don't like to perform. I don't like to interact with people that are strangers to me. And I don't I have anxiety about leaving it up to them to critique whether I did good or bad.
Right.
So when it comes to writing, not that somebody can't critique me, because they can, but you weren't there,
Right.
you were there. You were there, so you know what happened. I mean, even if you weren't in my head or whatever.
Right.
But with the writing, I think it's a much more for me, it's a very spiritual experience, and it's extremely personal, and it's part of the reason why I've never documented it. I always say I'm gonna do these these video documentaries of me in the studio, coming up with my songs. But I always end up not doing it because it's such a personal thing, and I don't know if I really want anyone to know me.
Yeah, you don't want to put everything out there to everybody.
And it's not I don't feel the wash over me or it's not like that for me. Sometimes it's I feel like I'm being I'm being hijacked. A lot of times my songs, they come to me, they literally just come. I never have to sit and think and put a lot of thought. It just kind of just comes out of me. And sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? What whose story is this? What is happening here? And there have been times where I wake up out of my sleep and there's a song. It's an entire song. Verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, the chords, everything. Everything is there. How is that possible?
I can't do all that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Your process sounds so fun. To me, it don't even be feeling like fun. I feel like I'm like a servant. That's how it feels. I feel like to the craft, or whatever force is putting putting it all together in me.
So you feel pressure in a way. Okay, wow.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Yeah.
I feel like I'm letting my thoughts just fly.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I want to hear them. This is, I just I can't believe that this is how y'all writing. What? I got gypped. This is crazy. But yeah, I'm a stronger writer than I am anything else, I think. And I would do it forever.
Is that your favorite process, or is your favorite process kind of recording? Because like you said, it is a personal thing for you. So I guess going into the studio, that's a lot of, I would feel anxiety if that's how I wrote, and if that was my writing process and I'm going into the studio and somebody had headphones in and you're literally trying to perform your best, but you're also kind of in the back of your mind
trying to put out what you wrote.
These
down.
are my
trying
secrets.
To put it out now. It's I
don't know. These are some really good questions. I've never been asked anything like this, and I've done a lot of interviews. I really appreciate how much you are forced to reflect.
We'll be trying.
Yeah. So, I don't know if I have a favorite part of the process, to be honest. I think my favorite part is when it's done. When it's finished and I get to leave and I know that I'm not the person who needs to do anything right now.
Right.
I know it's going to the engineer, and I'm not going to have to visit this until it's finished and I have to listen to it. That is my favorite part. I like the part where the engineer does all the stuff that makes it all
come together. Yeah.
That's my favorite part. I'm never, ever, ever, ever a part of that process, and that's
okay.
why.
So your favorite part is eating the cake, not really the
Not
That's
baking.
really baking it.
yeah, I would never lie to you. I know, I know there are artists who really, really enjoy the creative process, and it isn't that I don't enjoy it. It's just that I think because of the type of person I am very empathetic. I feel things very deep and very sensitive. It's also very draining for me. It's a very taxing process for me. So, like, you know, sometimes I don't want to feel that. I do it because it is who I am. Like, being a creative in the way that I am is a part of like my blood. It's a part of my skin. So I can't run from that, but I can, you know, I can be finished.
Going back to the engineer thing, it
Mhm.
seems like you put a lot of trust in your engineers and, you know, the people, your team and stuff like that. Cause I know me personally, I want to be in there, you know, kind of nitpicking and bouncing off ideas and stuff like that.
That's not, imagine somebody nitpicking you while you writing your song.
I get it, but it's my, at the same time, I know the engineer is working on it, but it's, you know, it's my song. There was something that I saw, there was a vision I saw, or, you know, maybe I kind of wanted it to have a little more reverb, or, you know, just a little less this and that. And, you know, so I guess when I get that song back, sometimes I'm like, oh, that's not what I was thinking at all. Like, yes, I wrote the lyrics, but I kind of had a different process of how it sounded. So it's is, but you're saying you just, okay, I lay my
You trust
vocals.
them that much to
Yeah.
just
I think
hand it over to them.
I think so. I also like, I work with a lot of artists who kind of do the same thing. So I don't have anything against people who do. I do think everyone is different, and that's the truth. Like, but I also like, my engineers, I consider them creatives as well.
Okay.
And I think that they understand a part of the music, the process of creating music that I don't. And I can say to them, you know, I can go and say, I think this should have more reverb. I think this should this. I think this should that. But the beautiful thing is I include my engineers in the creative process and from the very beginning, you know, so they're not getting the song just finished. Like, they were there when I was making it. So everyone already the vision. And I think also, like, I trust them to not jeopardize the integrity of my song. And I trust that they hear something, even if I don't hear it, you know, even that way, they understand the science of sound and the way that sound is perceived by people better than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Even like the way that sound is perceived by a fan versus a musician. You know, we don't hear things the same way. When I think and when I listen to music, I'm not even listening for the same thing. So I trust them in that way. And I also don't think that every engineer is the same. Mm-hmm. I think some engineers want to be led, you know, like they want to make sure that there's someone there who's saying, hey, let's put reverb here, let's do this, because there are so many options for the way that it can end up sounding.
Right. And whether you want the auto tune to be in the key of A or D or F sharp or whatever.
You know, a mix can go any direction. Right. And it's sometimes it's important to have someone there to say, this is finished now, you know, because if your engineer is anything like you as an artist, he might want to work on it forever. Like, no, I can keep changing this and keep making it better.
Right, and then the song end up not even coming out or something. It sound like a completely different song than what you had in mind to begin with.
I have a whole mixtape I haven't put out for that exact same reason. I'm just always in engineer mode, like, you know, tweaking and turning. And it's been 3 years now. I don't even want to put it out. I just don't even like it anymore.
Sometimes it's done. Sometimes it's already finished. And if you created it, I believe that as creatives, we are like very important vessels. And I think if it came out of you, it has a purpose. Like, it doesn't always need to be heard right now. It doesn't always need to, and we don't know who needs to hear it. It might be, you know, for some other artists who like needs to be inspired by that and needs to take it and you know, and you end up being a writer. But I believe everything that we create is meant for consumption in some way, shape, or form.
All right.
Wow, I feel like I needed to hear that. Dang.
Hey, gonna put that mixtape out, bro.
Go get that mixtape.
Dropping gems.
Press the button.
Jesus. Dang.
Let's see. Is there a song that you want us to put out? Maybe one of your favorites.
What is my favorites? I love Body Language.
Okay.
Okay, body language. Okay, we can
I
definitely
Body
like
do
that
body
one.
language.
moves.
Me and my girl were listening to it, and she was like, "Ooh, this one's sexy." Ooh.
That's why I like it. See? She knows. It's something for everybody. Tell her I said thank you, by the way.
Okay, so we throw that one in there. It's body language by Ekela.
Put your hands on my body, baby. Please don't take them off. Don't take them off. See this dress that I'm wearing, baby. Go ahead, take it off. Go take it off. I've been waiting for you, baby, all day. I've got so much that I want to say. I'm gonna say it, speaking body language. Waiting for my baby so long. And this feeling that I'm feeling so strong. I'm gonna say it, speaking body language. Do you hear how it's screaming, baby? Oh, how it's screaming now. It's screaming now. Baby, did you hear it say, wrap my legs around your waist? Oh my, I need you inside. I've been waiting for you, baby, all day. I've got so much that I want to say. I'm gonna say it, speaking body language. Waiting for my baby so long. And this feeling that I'm feeling so strong. I'm gonna say it, speaking body language. I've been waiting for you, baby, all day. I've got so much that I want to say. I'm gonna say it, speaking body language. Waiting for my baby so long. And this feeling that I'm feeling so strong. I'm gonna say it, speaking body language.
All right. I don't really think I have any more questions for you, to be honest.
Okay. What do you see for yourself in the future? Where do you
Yeah,
possibly want to go? Do you have a different direction for your sound, or you want to stay in your pocket, your same space? What about features? I didn't see many features.
I love that question a lot. I'm gonna get off of this call and I'm like gonna go like make so much music. Direction wise, I think I definitely am maturing as an artist, and I think I'm more confident. I'm getting more confident. I'm getting my confidence back. I have dealt with imposter syndrome for a really long time, which I think is a part of the reason I don't have any features, because I'm always afraid no one will want to do them with me. Like it's weird. Like I go through this thing where I'm like, nobody wants to work with me. Nobody thinks I'm good. I'm terrible. I'm just going to put my music out and then turn off everything that sounds like anything so that I never have to hear it again. Mm-hmm. Like that's kind of the way that I've been operating. But as I watched, I forgot the name of the program, but it's on Netflix and they had an episode on Ty Dolla $ign. and they covered him creating the song LA for his album DC. Okay. And he, the way that show works is they play the stems. So they play they're our
Oh, that's dope.
Oh, it's a dope show. And Ty was explaining, why he made certain decisions, like why he added in certain instruments. And it was interesting because that song, when he released it, I listened to that song over and over and over and over. And I just was like, the song is a masterpiece. And it's the same Ty Dolla $ign who did Or Nah. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Not that Or Nah is not that it's not a good song, but this song was so beautifully
it shows just the different ranges he can go in.
So beautiful.
Right.
And watching him kind of describe those things, it gave me this boost. I just was like, Ekela, you can do this. This is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think moving forward, I'm going to start to include more instruments, more live instruments. I'm going to start to use my degrees.
I love that.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, you got me already. The live instruments,
the live
horns, the strings.
When I do, I do think about how it's going to look on stage and stuff like that. So having a little live band with a groovy drummer in the back and, somebody just blowing off the roof vocally.
The sax going crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The horns.
That's where I feel like I'm at. It's time for me to mature in that direction. And I'm also I definitely want to, I do have a label. So I did start a label.
Okay.
And even doing that, I did it and I was like, all right, here we go. Ekela, should you have a label? Can you run a label? I have been questioning myself so much. So moving forward, I'm just gonna press gas on everything I want to do. I think my sound will evolve into, I think something that is a little more raw. I've always kind of had this thing where I want it to be very polished.
Okay.
And it isn't that I don't want to sound polished anymore. I just don't want to. I felt very apologetic before. I held back a lot of thoughts. I changed a lot of lyrics because, I felt like it was too raw. This is too personal. This is going to make people ask too many questions. And I'm not doing that anymore. So the album I'm working on now is that. I will not change one lyric that I wrote. And I'm bringing in a harpist, and we're bringing in a string quartet.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I'm so excited to work on this album.
Full effect.
Yeah. So yeah, that's next for me.
Who's somebody that you want to work with?
Well, I would. So my favorite producer songwriter is Brian Michael Cox. I love Brian Michael Cox so much. And I always have, and I've always kind of had it on my board. I'm going to work with this man.
The vision.
And I feel like I'm closer to now that I've kind of established myself, and I have more fans and more people who I once looked up to, who I can call now.
Right.
Brian Michael Cox, Ty Dolla $ign is another, and and Tiana Taylor. I want to work with Tiana Taylor so bad, and I want to write.
Dope.
I love her so much, and her last album to me was I just feel like she stepped into her own as an artist, and watching her go from Sweet 16 on MTV to where she is now. I feel like I have something to add to her catalog that would be really, really dope. Those are my three right now that I have my eye on, as in I need to see it happen.
Okay.
And you wanna write for Tiana, or you wanna perform?
I want to write for her.
Okay.
I want to write for her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up? Okay. I like that. Well, Ekela, it has been a pleasure talking to you, Mama.
It has.
For sure.
Thank me.
And we wish you the best of luck in everything, your label, your music,
the baby.
Everything. Yeah, the baby. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much. It's Aries baby coming in end of April.
Okay.
We're almost there.
Well,
I can't wait to hear the new project.
For real.
Please put me on the, the wish list.
Absolutely.
Okay. Is there a time frame where we can expect it, or it's kind of work in progress?
Releasing a single before I have my son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all right.
And he's a part of it. He's a part of the album. He's a part of the whole deal.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to that. Looking forward to all of it.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and call it for the night. Alex, I don't know when this episode is scheduled to go out, but
yeah, I'll shoot you a DM or something, let you know when to expect it. So,
yay.
But cool. You want to just shout out everybody where they can find you, your social media, your
label,
Music, Spotify, your label, all of that.
You can find me on every single streaming service. My name is Ekela. It's Ekela. Got lots of music up there for you to enjoy.
Music, great music, lots of great music.
It's great music. My Instagram is Ekela, Ekela.Pendetta, Pendetta. My Twitter is Ekela was here, and that's it.
Okay. All right.
Well, guys, it has been another beautiful episode of Culturally Sound. Shout out to the Colt. We love you.
Yeah, facts.
Well, we're going to get on up out of here. It's been the host with the most, your man, DJ Dougie D, and I'm
Alex, just Alex. Shout out to Jay Fields on the intro, outro, as always.
As always. And the beautiful Miss Ekela. All right, guys. Peace.